Welcome to an interview in history. Imagine a podcast that serves as a bridge across time, connecting listeners to the voices of history's most impactful figures. Each episode is a deep dive into the lives and legacies of these individuals, exploring not just their well-documented achievements, but also uncovering lesser-known facts that shaped their contributions to our world. From scientists who unlocked the mysteries of the universe to activists who fought for social change, each story is a testament to the indelible mark they left on society. This journey through history will not only educate, but also inspire listeners to appreciate the intricate tapestry of human progress. I'm your host, Steve Beery. This week, we'll be talking about the Christmas story and those key individuals that have played a part in the story. Over 2,000 years ago, in a humble stable in Bethlehem, a child named Jesus Christ was born. His birth, heralded by angels, brought hope, love, and the message of goodwill to all people. As his teachings spread, they inspired countless individuals to live lives of kindness, charity, and compassion. One such individual, St. Nicholas, would become known for embodying these very values, dedicating his life to helping others. Through the centuries, his story evolved, influencing the modern legend of Santa Claus. When Jesus was born, the angels declared peace on earth, goodwill towards men. His life and ministry emphasized selflessness, caring for the poor, and loving one's neighbor. These lessons from Christ's teachings would become the foundation for the life of St. Nicholas, who, from a young age, sought to help those in need and live out the values of compassion and generosity. One of the most famous stories about Nicholas is a reflection of Christ's teachings to love one's neighbor as oneself. In a town near his home, a poor father faced the heartbreaking decision of selling his 3 daughters in servitude because he could not afford their dowries. Moved by compassion, Nicholas secretly delivered bags of gold to their house under the cover of night, providing for each daughter's dowry and saving them from a grim fate. This act of charity mirrored the spirit of the Magi, who brought gifts to the Christ child in Bethlehem, a symbol of selfless giving that echoes through Nicholas's story. Another tale recounts Nicholas saving 3 innocent men from execution by boldly confronting the governor and exposing the injustice. His courage and commitment to justice reflected the teachings of Jesus, who stood up for the downtrodden and defended the truth. Born around 280 CE in the city of Patara, in what is now modern-day Turkey, Nicholas grew up in a wealthy Christian family. When his parents died while he was still a child, Nicholas inherited their fortune, but chose to dedicate his life to Christ. Inspired by the teachings of Jesus, he used his wealth to help the poor, particularly those who were suffering or in need of protection. As a bishop in the city of Myra, Nicholas became renowned for his acts of charity, courage, and leadership. He is credited with many miracles, including rescuing those 3 men unjustly sentenced to death and calming a violent storm at sea. His compassion for children and commitment to justice made him a beloved figure, particularly in Christian communities, where he was venerated as a protector of children, sailors, and travelers. After his death in 343 CE, St. Nicholas was canonized as a saint, and his feast day on December 6 became a time of celebration and giving. His acts of kindness inspired many traditions of gift-giving, and his popularity spread throughout Europe. By the 11th century, Nicholas's relics were moved to the city of Bari in Italy, further solidifying his influence. Over time, particularly in the Netherlands, he became known as Santa Claus, a kind and jolly figure who visited children, rewarding good behavior with gifts. Dutch immigrants brought this tradition to America, where it would eventually evolve into the modern-day image of Santa Claus. In 1823, the poem A Visit from St. Nicholas, popularly known as The Night Before Christmas, redefined St. Nicholas as a cheerful, magical figure who travels in a sleigh pulled by reindeer, delivering presents to children on Christmas Eve. This portrayal was further solidified by the illustration of Thomas Nast, who gave Santa Claus his signature red suit, white beard, and merry rotund appearance. Over the years, Santa Claus became a central figure of Christmas, spreading joy and wonder around the world. The spirit of St. Nicholas continued to inspire people long into the 19th century. One of the most famous stories associated with Santa Claus occurred in 1897, when an 8-year-old girl named Virginia O'Hanlon wrote a letter to the New York Sun newspaper asking whether Santa Claus was real. Her letter, which began, "Dear Editor, I'm 8 years old. Some of my little friends say there is no Santa Claus. Papa says, if you see it in the sun, it's so. Please tell me the truth. Is there a Santa Claus?" That became one of the most iconic letters in history. Here is the response to Virginia O'Hanlon. "Virginia, your little friends are wrong. They've been affected by skepticism of a skeptical age. They do not believe except they see. They think that nothing can be which is not comprehensible by their little minds. All minds, Virginia, whether they be men's or children's, are little. In this great universe of ours, man is a mere insect, an ant in his intellect as compared with the boundless world about him, as measured by the intelligence capable of grasping the whole truth and knowledge. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist, and you know that they abound and give to your life its highest beauty and joy. Alas! How dreary would the world be if there were no Santa Claus? It'd be as dreary as if there were no Virginias. There would be no childlike faith then, no poetry, no romance to make tolerable this existence. We should have no enjoyment except in sense and sight. The eternal light which childhood fills the world would be extinguished. Not believe in Santa Claus? You might as well not believe in fairies. You might get your papa to hire men to watch in all the chimneys on Christmas Eve to catch Santa Claus. But even if you do not see Santa Claus coming down, what would that prove? Nobody sees Santa Claus, but that is no sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in the world are those that neither children nor men can see. Did you ever see fairies dancing on the lawn? Of course not. But that's no proof that they are not there. Nobody can conceive or imagine all the wonders that are unseen and unseeable in the world. You tear apart the baby's rattle and see what makes the noise inside. But there is a veil covering the unseen world, which not the strongest man, nor even the united strength of all the strongest men that ever lived could tear apart. Only faith, poetry, love, romance can push aside that curtain and view and picture the supernal beauty and glory beyond. Is it all real? Ah, Virginia, in all this world there is nothing else real and abiding. No Santa Claus? Thank God he lives and lives forever. 1,000 years from now, Virginia, nay, 10 times 10,000 years from now, will continue to make glad the hearts of childhood. The newspaper's editor, Francis Church, wrote a heartfelt response that has since become famous. His reply, which is often quoted, affirmed the magic and spirit of Santa Claus. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist. Church's response emphasized that the essence of Santa Claus lies in the values of kindness and belief, echoing the timeless message of St. Nicholas. The stories of Jesus Christ, St. Nicholas, and the letter to Virginia O'Hanlon all remind us of the true spirit of Christmas, giving without expectation, showing kindness to others, and embracing the magic of love and joy. Just as Jesus' birth brought hope to the world, and St. Nicholas's acts of generosity inspired kindness, Virginia's letter reminds us that the belief in something good, whether tangible or intangible, can bring warmth to our hearts. From the birth of Jesus Christ in a Bethlehem stable to the jolly figure of Santa Claus delivering presents around the world, the spirit of giving, kindness, and love has remained a constant. The story of St. Nicholas, a man whose life embodied Christ's teachings of compassion and charity, has inspired generations to embrace the joy of giving. And just as Virginia O'Hanlon's belief in Santa Claus brought magic and wonder to the world, the tradition of Santa reminds us that the true gift of Christmas is not in the presents we receive, but in the love and kindness we give to others. So, happy holidays, and no matter how you celebrate them, enjoy the happiness and peace they bring you, not only on the day, but throughout the year. Join us next week when we talk with the 18th President of the United States, Ulysses S. Grant. He was the commanding general who led the Union Army to victory in the American Civil War in 1865. Until then, take care.